Hi there, it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a lovely weekend and your week gets off to a great start. It's Monday and I'm hoping to get this video put out today. If the stars align, then it'll happen. Yeah, so let me know what you're up to and what the highlight of your weekend was. I'll tell you a bit about mine after I've done the crafty business. So this video is for the One Sketch Challenge 23, and it is a collab that anybody can join in with, but there are a lovely group of ladies who all do this every, I don't know how long, I don't think it's every month, maybe it is every month. I regularly miss it. I think I've got more time than I do, but anyway. Lisa, Crafting Diva, I will tag her in the description box below. She basically organises it, and I will let you hop on over to see her video because she'll show you what the sketch is. I've done some preparation, so I've got my card blank, I've got my mat and layer for the base bit, so I'm going to stick that on and then I'll do the next bit. I just took a little bit of navy card, and as you probably know if you've been watching any of my other channel videos on my channel, I'm doing Christmas in July, just a few bits and bobs. I've been doing some embellishments and I thought, why don't I do a few cards? So for the card challenges that I'm going to do, I'm going to use a Christmassy theme, and then I'll have a few cards in the stash for when December comes. I mean, it'll still always be a last minute dash, you understand. So I've just popped that on. Now the papers I'm using were part of a pack that came in a magazine. They're the sort of nice ones, not the kind of ones that are just made of magazine pages. Unless there's something really special about them, I tend to stick them in the bin because they're kind of useless. But this was from one of those box magazines, and it's, I can't think, is it Indigo Blue, I think, maybe. And there's some really nice, not too Christmassy papers. And I have got a lot of papers. So I thought, why don't I, as well as doing getting a head start with my Christmas cards, try and use up some of that stuff, because you know what, I dare say I will buy some more come Christmas time. Now the next bit is to have, you want a kind of rectangle, and it's got to line up with this strip run down the side. So I'm going to stick the rectangle on, and then I'm going to put the strip on. So yeah, have you started with Christmas stuff? Is it a bad word to say? Okay, so I've just kind of stuck it in the middle, checking I'm still on the right, got the card the right way round. Anybody else do that? When you finish making your card and then you realise it opens the wrong way? Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Maybe I am the only person that does it. So gonna pop this on here now. So then it's like this, and then 3 little circles down the side, and I've cut these out of a different paper but out of the same pack, and I'm going to start off with putting them in the middle one in, because then you can line up the rest. Like so. Doesn't need to be too mathematical. And just pop the bottom one on, and then top one on, so they're kind of all lined up. Now I am going to make this into a little bit of a funny card. So I've used a stamp set this stamp set from Clearly Besotted. I love Clearly Besotted stamps. And I have bought quite a lot of them in the past, and sometimes I see them and I think, oh, I love them, and sometimes you have to buy them quite quickly because they can sell out, especially if it's a new release. And they do retire stamps, I suppose all stamp companies do, and then sometimes they sit in my stash for a while, and I think these were like that. So it's called Sulking Santa, and they are so cute. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to insert a bit of me colouring the 3 images that I'm going to use, and then I will come back and show you them in place on the card. Okay, so I'm actually filming this wee bit first, but you'll see it in the middle of the video. So I've just had a bit of a rummage in my some of my alcohol markers, and I've got these 3 grumpy boys here to be coloured in. So am I still in? Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to do the little Santa hats first, and I've got 2 different shades of red. This is my darker one, is R29. These pens are going to annoy me. And then the lighter one is R27. So I'm going to go in with that darker one first. Do you know, I have just been doing a mad dash around the garden because it was a gorgeous sunny day and I hung my washing out, and then I glanced up and it was big fat raindrops. So any drying that had been done has been undone. However, it's okay. So I wouldn't normally do multiple images, but when it's such a small area and I could get around the 3 images really fast, and I'm not doing loads of blending or anything, then I think it's a wee bit efficient that way. So there's this wee Santa hat. Oh, his wee face makes me smile. I'm gonna do the cookie. So I've got this wee brown. I use a right hodgepodge of alcohol pens. I've got quite a few Copics, and I've got quite a few Spectrum Noir. Those were the first ones I think I tried, and then I kept seeing that people were using these Pro markers, so I bought a little pack of them, and I am not fussed about them, to be honest. I don't think they're anything special. But the Copics are definitely, to my mind, the best. However, they are also the most expensive. So okay, and then this one I'm going to do they do have a nice tip, but I think if you like the brush tip, I mean, that gives you a lot more freedom. Sorry, you can see I cannot talk and colour. And then I've got, I think that one's too dark, but I've got the C0 and the C2, and I just want to do a bit of shading. I've just realised I've totally messed up this one here. Anyway. This is what white pens are for. So I'm going to just add a little bit of shadow with the C2. And like so. Blend a wee bit with this one. Just going to make his nose a wee bit darker there. So he is done. So I think, I mean, it's not very obvious this at all, but I think it just gives a little bit of dimension when you've got a kind of large surface area that's basically white. Like, it looks a wee bit dark and weird at the minute, but it'll just kind of settles into something which is a bit more dimension. Then I'm going to cut these out, and then I think I will do the white gel pen little highlights once they're in place, because otherwise I will smudge it. You probably don't want to watch me fussy cut all of these out. Maybe I'll just do this one and then get back to making the rest of the card. go. So that's the first one. I will do the rest of them off camera. Okay, so you've seen me colouring them in. I've fussy cut them out and I've just popped them in place, and now I'm going to add the white gel pen just so you can see if you think it's worth bothering with it. I am a little bit addicted to it, I can't lie. I've also added the little funny sentiment just there at the top. I'm sort of kicking myself. I kind of wished I'd popped it down there. But anyway, I've done it now. I have done it now. So I'm just going to add a little bit. A little bit of white gel there. Here. Sometimes if you've got a bit of stuff on your gel pen, it can make it a wee bit tricky. And I'm just going to go over the noses. Let me show you what I've done. So there you go, a little bit of white gel pen. I'm going to go over the noses with a black fine and the pupils too. I think I'm probably needing to buy a new Memento ink. So there you go. So that is my card. It says, "Be naughty, save Santa a trip." I need excuse me, I know some people who don't need that written down. It's already their mantra in life. So yeah, I hope that you like my little quirky Christmas card. And if any of you receive that card, don't be offended. I'm hoping that I'll target somebody that I'm fairly sure will laugh at it, but yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed, and you will say hello in the comments and let me know what you were up to at the weekend. What was your highlight? I think the highlight of my weekend was we went to the cinema. We had a wee date night on Saturday night. We went out for dinner. There's like a little pub next to the cinema, and we went to see a sort of mystery film. So we are members of the cinema, which means you pay a flat rate and you can go as many times as you like. And also as part of that, they do these little sort of they call it unlimited screenings. So sometimes you get to see a film before it comes out, and sometimes that film is a surprise. So the surprise film we saw was called Joyride, and it was so funny. It was about 4 some Chinese American young women on a trip to China, and it's not for the easily offended. The humour is quite it's a wee bit rude at times, but oh I laughed and I laughed. So yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was good. We actually saw the trailer for it just the other week and we thought, oh, that looks good. So yeah, it's good. I'm always a wee bit nervous when I go to these that it's going to be like some kind of horror film and I'm not going to be able to sit and watch it. But we've only walked out on one. I can't remember what it was called, but it was about there'd been I don't know, some sort of extreme weather, tornado or something, somewhere in America, and this girl had gone back. She was going like against the guidance. They were trying to stop people travelling this one direction. She went this one direction to get to her house. I can't remember why. I think she was looking for somebody. Her dad maybe? Can't remember. Maybe it was the dad looking for the daughter. Anyway, there was I was going to say sharks, but that's not right. Crocodiles, alligators, whatever it is you have in America, in the basement. And she was in the basement for some reason, and it was full of water, and so there was one of them, and that I was like, oh geez, this is horrendous. It was like all jump scares and stuff. I'm not good with that. And then there was a second one appeared, and by this point I'm just sat like this. My husband's like, should we just go? Like, yeah, this is appalling. So we left. We weren't the first people to leave. So that's the only time I think we've left one. Usually it's something we've not heard of. But yeah, we had heard of that one. The last one we went to see was a few weeks back, and it was Elemental, which is a kids film, an animated film, and that was really good. Probably not one I would have gone to the cinema to see, but we enjoyed it. It was funny. So yeah, that was the highlight of my weekend. The rest of it was just kind of getting organised for our visitor coming tonight. She'll be, I think we're going to pick her up at 8 o'clock from the train station. So yeah, that'll be good fun. I've got the last bit of hoovering and things to do before then, but plenty of time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you very soon. Bye now.